Hello everyone, my name is Derek P. Fields. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another Detroit Lions video. This is not particularly about the Detroit Lions. This is just something that I had to hop on. I'm a little late to the party, but this story was reported a few hours ago that the Packers did indeed interview former Lions coach Jim Caldwell in addition to Chuck Pagano for their current head coach vacancy. Now, guys, one of the reasons I'm bringing this to you is because I said in a video a few days ago, today is Wednesday, it was Monday morning, that I hoped that Jim Caldwell, when I found out he was coming back to coaching after taking a year off, that I hope he got the Packers job. And I'm telling you, if he gets the Packers job, as much as I am a Lions fan, I hope that when they play the Lions this coming season, the 2019-2020 season, that he gets both the W at Lambeau Field and at Ford Field. You know why? Because the Lions just threw him out to the Wolves along with every other former Detroit Lion that they let go. In addition to that, shout out to Luke G. I have not been able to respond to your message. Let me check this out real quick. I've been looking for it, but I can't respond to it for some reason, so I have to find that comment. But I am very eager to see what you found, and let's talk about it. So Packers interviewed former Lions coach Jim Caldwell. Now, I know that the NFL did tweak the Rooney Rule this year. The Rooney Rule is where you just simply have to interview a minority coach. And typically those coaches are passed over because the team has someone in mind that they automatically go for. Now, listen, guys, I might not be the analytics guy when it comes to football, the X's and O's guy when it comes to football. I consider myself as a regular, typical fan who enjoys the game of football and wants to see the team of the city that he lives in to win a title, a conference title, and eventually a Super Bowl. But listen, I said that Jim Caldwell, I wanted to see him with the Packers. And I hope that this was not a Rooney Rule interview and that they do indeed hire former Lions coach Jim Caldwell. If they don't, I promise you this, Jim Caldwell will coach again. You know why? Because look at my other video. I'll link that in the card up here. Take a look at it. Jim Caldwell's record, even with the Lions, but even before that he had with not only the Lions but the Indianapolis Colts when he took over. He had one miserable season, which 2-14, that resulted into Andrew Luck. He had another subpar season, but he was much better than the Detroit Lions gave him credit for being. And I am glad we got exactly what we deserved this year for letting him go. A lot of you guys are going to talk about how he was kind of a pushover and he should have taken over play calling and stuff like that. Listen, Coach Caldwell got them boys playing, okay? They had one losing season under Jim Caldwell. They went 9-7, 9-7, not in this order, and 11-5. So this comes from, I believe it was Ian Rappaport. Now, this man, basically, he speaks the truth. When it comes to reporting stories, this man is the first person. If he says it, it's probably going to happen. So looks like on Wednesday, they interviewed Coach Caldwell, okay? And not today, but it looks like they interviewed Pagano first. Now, although the Chuck Pagano had a better record with the Colts in his 6 seasons, look at Jim Caldwell. Look at this right here. He went 26 for 22 with the Colts, and then 36 for 28 with the Lions. Look at this. Caldwell guided the Lions to the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years, but the team fired him after failing to make the playoffs his last season. That's why they fired him? Really? So you think that if the Detroit Lions made the playoffs last season, they wouldn't have fired Caldwell? Listen. We already talked excuse me, guys. We already talked about this. We talked about the Detroit Lions. We talked about the organization. It was a story that dropped, I want to say later Monday, about Ricky Jean-Francois talking about that you need to change the culture. Well, he's late to the party. We've been saying that the Detroit Lions need to change from the ownership down. They need to change the culture of this franchise. So anyway, guys, just a real quick video on Jim Caldwell being interviewed with the Green Bay Packers. Don't forget that in a couple of days, Black Monday will be here, and I will definitely be on the microphone several times probably that day, talking about, I might even go live a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And we'll talk about it. But I hope that this guy gets this job. I hope Jim Caldwell specifically comes in the NFC North so he could. I wanted to put a clip from Rocky 3 up in here. Mr. C says, what do you think of the guy asks, hey, Clubber Lang, what do you think of the challenge from Mr. Rocky Balboa? Challenge. I reject that challenge. Balboa is no challenge, but I would be more than happy to beat up on him some more. And then they say, he says, what do you think of him being trained by Apollo Creed? Apollo who? And then he goes off to talk about Apollo Creed. But then it's a clip in here that I wanted to put in one of the games as one of the little tidbits, but I can't find a usable clip. But he says, Clubber Lang, what's your prediction for the fight? Clubber says, prediction? He says, yes, prediction. He says, pain. That's it. One word. I hope that Jim Caldwell is indeed the Green Bay Packers' next head coach. I hope that Aaron Rodgers, because you know this is Aaron Rodgers' franchise, so Aaron Rodgers will have some input. And I don't think if he likes Caldwell as a pick, Caldwell won't be here. However, I hope he comes, and I hope that Jim brings nothing but pain for the Detroit Lions for his entire tenure. That's how disappointed I am in the Detroit Lions that they use Jim Caldwell. And I know I'm going to get a lot of heat on this, but I don't care. This is my channel, okay? Not yours. Jim Caldwell is going to get a lot of he deserves much more respect than we gave him. The man was civil. He was business. He got these boys winning. And we just kicked him to the curb like everything was his fault. Okay, he could have taken over play calling. Okay, but he didn't play the game. All right. And look what happened this year. Oh, Matt Patricia's the first time a head coach. Look at all the other head coaches first time that's going to the playoffs. Okay, that's playing for something this Saturday. So as long as Jim Caldwell is in the NFC North, I'm gonna make a bold prediction. Jim Caldwell will be the Green Bay Packers' next head coach. Okay, that's my bold prediction for today. You have not heard of anybody, at least I have not heard of anybody of the Packers interviewing anybody the entire time since they fired Mike McCarthy. You know it would be awesome if Mike McCarthy came here, Jim Caldwell went there, they kicked Matt Patricia to the curb. I would still absolutely want Jim Caldwell to. I would be more than happy for the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers to beat up on us. That is hard to say. I would be more than happy to beat up on him some more. I would be more than happy for the Jim Caldwell-led Green Bay Packers to beat up on the Detroit Lions some more, because I am sick of this franchise and I am sick of them using other people as a means of escape when it starts from the top down. All right. So anyway, guys, there I said it. Derek P. Fields. I'm late to the game, but I looked on NFL.com and I saw say what? And I said, I just said something about this in Monday's video. I got to get on this. Anyway, guys, we're back to football talk probably tomorrow. I'm going to try and, see what I can do as far as video wise. But anyway, guys, I am Derek P. Fields. Thank you so much. Please hit that subscription button if you like what I do. If you want to hear more about the Detroit Lions and NFL football, give me a thumbs up as well. Give me a thumbs down if you don't like the video. I appreciate that too. I just want you guys to click that thumbnail and interact with me, all right? So anyway, guys, I will talk to you later. Derek is out. Peace.